We are at the biggest week in American birding festival in northern Ohio, finding as many birds as we can and experiencing everything the festival has to offer. On this day, we started out early in the morning, joining a field trip to a park we hadn't been to yet. We are back this morning with another field trip for the festival. We are going on one of the accessibility field trips. So one thing that's really nice about the festival is that they have a lot of things that people can do where if they can't walk well or if they can't move particularly quickly, there's still plenty of places to go birding that are not very arduous to climb up. So we're going to go on one of the field trips that showcases this.
Yeah, it is great that the festival kind of has a little something for everybody and different levels of birding as well. So kind of more advanced, really beginner stuff. And this place is called Meadowbrook Marsh, and it does look like it's kind of a point that juts out. So I'm hoping that it's a little bit of a migrant trap. So we'll see what we're able to find today.
We met up with the rest of the participants in the parking lot, including the group leaders, owner of Access Birding Freya, blind birder and keynote speaker Jerry, and wheelchair user Gary. After introductions, we began searching the area. Traveling along the paved paths, we started spotting birds, such as a vibrant Baltimore oriole, and many warbler species on the edges of the trees. Got a yellow warbler in my sights. Looks like it's getting some food.
Can you see?
We've had some incredible views of yellow warblers here, and I feel like they've really been a star of the festival, just giving amazing views. So for anyone who is kind of getting into warblers for the first time, they're a great one to learn because they seem to just be out in the open here.
After watching some of the birds on the periphery of the trees, we made our way directly into them. With a cathedral of greenery overhead, we found a nice group of warblers.
So we hit a little bit of a warbler hotspot. We had a golden wing that was singing really loud and then showed itself for a little bit. Black and white warbler, probably some of the best views I've had of that. Chestnut-sided, Tennessee, palm. So this has actually been a big hotspot in here in this forest. We've had a really great group to enjoy it with, and we're taking things pretty slow. It's just kind of enjoying the species as they kind of come to us, and it's been a lot of fun.
Eventually, we left the forest and moved into a more marshy area, where we had great looks at open water with cattails lining the bank. Here, we found many classic marsh birds, such as double-crested cormorants, Canada geese, and great blue herons. Farther down were even more species, including nesting bald eagles and a belted kingfisher. After looking around for a bit longer, the field trip concluded, and we caught up with the guides to talk about what they thought of the location.
Nice large platform for any wheelchair or scooter user to use.
Yeah. What I liked is that there's not a lot of ambient noise here compared to other places where I typically go.
Very true.
So, yeah.
This spot is quite far to the east from McGee, but it's really great habitat and it's an accessible trail. So if you need those access features like benches and wide flat trail surfaces, yeah, McGee is not the only place to go birding. It's a great place, but it's also so busy that can be a real access consideration for trying to squeeze past people in a wheelchair or trying to hear the birds over like a huge crowd of people clicking, like their shutters going crazy with the cameras, you know, like it's a different experience at McGee, which some people really like and some people would rather a different experience.
After everyone from the field trip left, we stuck around a little longer to see if we could find any more birds.
We're just kind of taking the path back again so we can see if we can find any more warblers. We had a northern water thrush that never let us see it. It was being very vocal but never popped out. Now there is a least flycatcher calling that we also can't see. We did have nice views of northern Perula.
While we kept hearing more species, we didn't get any more fantastic looks at them. We did, however, notice how different it was being in a place a bit farther away from the hustle and bustle of the boardwalk and McGee Marsh. One thing that's really interesting about this place is that now that the tour's over, there's nobody here. It's literally just us in a forest with a bunch of warblers. And that's a really big contrast to the boardwalk where there's tons of people. I guess something that should be noted though is that at the boardwalk, the warblers a lot of time are at eye level. Here they seem like they're more up in the trees. But it's a definitely distinctive feeling, one that I haven't had all of the time I've been here so far.
We are wrapping up our walk here at Meadowbrook Marsh. I think this is an awesome place to go if you're kind of sick of the crowds. You can have a very serene experience here and see a lot of cool warblers. They just might be a little higher up in the trees. So it's kind of a trade-off, but if you're looking for a peaceful place, this might be the place for you.
While we enjoyed our time at Meadowbrook Marsh, it was time for us to return to the festival epicenter, McGee Marsh. Stop by Optics Alley again to say hi to some of our friends, and we also got to see a blue-gray gnatcatcher nesting pair that did have a little nest that they built. It was really adorable to watch them hopping in and out of the nest and just going about their business with the process of nesting and hopefully raising a successful brood of chicks. We're gonna go try to do something that we've been wanting to do all week that we call birding on the street, which is where we're going to ask people questions about birds, and if they get all three right, then they get a prize. So it's about to rain at some point in the not too distant future, so we'll see how long we have to do this, but we're gonna give it a try and hopefully it's fun. We set up near the entrance to the famous boardwalk and got to work asking questions to birders we encountered walking by. So the way that this is gonna work is we're gonna ask you 3 questions about birds and bird trivia.
Okay.
If you get all 3 right, you win some t-shirts.
Name 3 warblers with states in their names.
Tennessee warbler.
Name the state bird of Ohio.
Believe it's the cardinal.
That's correct. Good job,
Okay,
right
I got
away.
one. Louisiana water thrush.
And now we're gonna go to audio.
All right. All right, let's see. I should recognize it. I should know this.
Connecticut warbler.
Ding, ding, ding.
Name at least 3 of the 4 egret species that live in the United States. Give us 3 woodpecker species.
Red-headed woodpecker.
Good?
Oof.
Oh, grasshopper sparrow.
Grasshopper is correct. It took him a while.
It
but he got
did.
it.
That was a.
It's weird without context, isn't
I know.
I'm out.
it? You were starting off so strong.
Great. Downy woodpecker.
Oh, there's 2.
no.
He's not out. He's not out.
Reddish.
Cattle.
We'll accept it. Western cattle egret now technically, but cattle is correct.
Technicality.
We'll give it to you.
I don't know. I feel like I could name a color, name a body part, and say woodpecker.
You might. You could
White-breasted
get it.
woodpecker.
Oh, close.
Say, wait.
White-headed woodpecker.
Oh,
there we go.
Yep, he's back in. You get this one right, you win the shirts, but I'm not giving you any help on it, okay?
Okay.
Name the 2 states that Kirtland's warblers breed in.
Michigan.
Yep. I want to give you the shirts really bad.
Oh man, I should know that because I'm here. They breed in Michigan,
Yep, that's one.
and
With your final
All right.
answer.
I'll say Minnesota.
Oh.
Would love to give it to you, but sadly it's our home state of Wisconsin has breeding Kirtland's warblers.
I actually don't know. It's Michigan and something else. I'm not sure.
Think about it.
Oh, is it Wisconsin?
It is Wisconsin. That is correct. 3 for 3. Good job, Josh.
Thank you.
You win a shirt.
Wisconsin, Michigan.
Correct. Winner of a t-shirt.
While we had a lot of fun with our birding trivia game, heavy rain eventually put an end to it.
Trivia was good. It was fun. People of kind of all different levels. I feel like we asked questions from a lot of different spaces. So it'd be like a bird ID and then a song. And then if it was a song they weren't familiar with, it's tricky, like geographical stuff. So it was cool. I think we need to do more of that in the future.
With the crowds dispersed because of the rain, we decided to switch locations. We opted for a quick look around the west side of Howard Marsh, where a few shorebirds we didn't have yet for the state had been reported.
We're going to check out this shorebird area because the rain's let up a little bit. So we're going to give it a quick peek. Looking for some phalaropes, but really we'll take anything we can find, especially things that are new for the state and the trip.
We walked around the marsh, spotting some common shorebirds. We also checked out a boardwalk, where we got some nice looks at black-necked stilts and trumpeter swans. We also found a new state bird when we noticed a semi-palmated plover, and then also noticed the bird we were most excited to see there. Really excited because we just found a Wilson's phalarope, and that's the species we still need for Ohio, and I think it's one of the coolest shorebirds. They're really funny because they just whirl around in the water, kicking stuff up with their feet and then eating it, kind of like making a little cyclone. But there's one out there, really excited to have found that species. We left Howard Marsh and went back to Maumee Bay Lodge, where it was a night dedicated to extremely notable birder and author Kenn Kaufman, who was also the keynote speaker for the evening, discussing his book, The Birds That Audubon Missed. After his talk, everyone gathered for a surprise celebration of Kenn, including a very unique cake. Secret cake?
Yeah, so Kim got Ken this cake for the book, and he doesn't know. So we're going to try to get his reaction when he comes out and sees it.
Secret cake. We waited for a while, and then the man of the hour arrived.
I think this is probably the first time a cake that looks like this has ever been made. It's like discovering a new species.
It's a lifer cake.
It's a lifer!
After the celebration, we got to spend some time with Kenn and talk about his work and the festival as a whole. Gonna get that sweet book sign?
Yeah. We had the official book signing cake too, which was fantastic. So.
Did you taste it?
Yeah.
How was it?
Delicious.
Delicious?
I think it was like vanilla on half and chocolate on the other half. I got the vanilla half.
This is the important thing to know.
Yeah. This is the inside information that you're offered from people at the festival.
That's the man. I think he's wearing the same shirt.
You know, I started gathering material for this book like 15 years ago and was actively working on it for 5 years. And one of the most challenging things I've ever done. So it was just a coincidence that it happened to be finished at a time that it could be published. The publication day could be like during the biggest week. We didn't even know that it would be until late fall. I finished writing the book in August. I went back and forth with the editors for months with changes and edits and things. And sometime around December, we found out that the publication date would be May 7th. And that's, first Tuesday in May. And it's in the middle of the biggest week. So I felt so blessed that I had a chance to come give the keynote and the launch of the book at this festival that means so much to me. I mean, I love the biggest week. I was involved in starting it years ago. I don't do that much for it these days, but Kimberly and the whole team at BSBO do such an amazing job of putting on this festival that it's an honor to speak here, and it's an incredible honor to get to launch my book here. People should come to Biggest Week just to experience it. It has become one of the iconic events in birding in the world, and I think everyone should come at least once. What we usually find is that once people have been here and have felt the energy of the Biggest Week, they want to come back. So people come sort of like, well, I'll give it a try, and then they're back every year. But it's everyone should try it at least once to be able to say that they've been here, they've seen this phenomenon, they've seen this migration, this gathering of people who love birds.
After celebrating at Maumee Bay, we left for a nighttime woodcock walk. However, the weather was once again on this day not cooperating. So we just got done at the lodge. There was a ton of energy, talked to so many people that we met throughout the week. There's a lot of stuff going on there. There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is it's time for the woodcock walk, which we're going to try to be on. The bad news is it kind of feels like there's a storm brewing, and in that case, we're not sure that this thing is going to happen. So we'll see if we can get to go on this woodcock walk and see some woodcocks. I hope we can, but if not, I guess we'll have to head back to the hotel.
There's 100% a storm brewing. So it feels like it's here. I don't know if we can get out there quick and maybe finish the woodcock walk early if one starts painting a little before their normal time. But we'll just have to see. We're headed to the lot, and then we'll see what happens.
We got to the meeting site for the walk, listened to the plan for the evening, and started walking to the site we would expect to find them. It's a race against time. We just heard some woodcocks, and we're hoping that they can get to the field that they display in time, but there's lightning and there's stuff going on, so we'll see what happens, but we did hear one. It turned out, writer Amy Tan was in our group as well, and she too was very excited about the prospects of finding some woodcocks.
Oh, definitely we're going to see them. No little amount of rain is going to keep them from making love.
If there's a tornado, are you going to stick it out?
A little tornado or a big tornado? Medium tornado. If it lifts up a woodcock and that's all, then I'll stay.
We made it to the field where the woodcocks were displaying, and got to hear them and see their silhouettes at reasonably close range.
We got woodcocks and we didn't get tornadoed yet.
That's it. That's the sound.
We made it back to our hotel before the storm got too close, bringing an end to another extremely fun day at the biggest week in American birding. If you're interested in learning more about this festival, take a look at their website by following the link in the description below. If you like this video, take a look at another one from our Ohio birding trip. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.